Hi and welcome back to another Amazon selling video. In late 2020, I signed up for remote fulfillment and I actually sent an email out a week ago where I touched on it, but I thought I would do a video telling you what it is and how to list doing remote fulfillment FBA. As always, I am not an expert. I am just a seller telling you what I did and my experience with it. So I'm going to share some of the mistakes I've already made so that hopefully you don't make them, and just walk you through how you can sign up to get your Amazon FBA account for remote fulfillment. So what is remote fulfillment FBA? It is essentially taking your Amazon.com FBA inventory. So in the US, you pack everything up and you send it to the Amazon warehouses, and Amazon will now send it across borders to customers on Amazon.ca in Canada and Amazon.mx in Mexico. There isn't anything different you have to do with your inventory. You don't send it to those countries at all. You keep sending it to Amazon, regular FBA like normal, only it's now reaching other customers and hopefully broadening your sales and getting you more sales. I am not doing anything different in store. I'm scanning, I'm sending in stuff that's profitable here in the US, and now it's just listing also on the other websites. However, if I had time, or if you want to take the initiative, you probably could use your Amazon app to scan items and see if they sell better in other countries and then buy for those specific countries, because no matter what it is, it's gonna sell in those countries if it's a hot product, if that makes sense. So I don't do that personally, but that is definitely a step you could take if you want to broaden your sales on Amazon.com across .ca and .mx. But I'll walk you through how you do it in the app, because you can see all of it once you're enrolled, both on your Seller Central desktop and also in the Amazon Seller app. But anyways, I'm getting a little ahead. Now there are some limitations once you get your account up and going on the other countries, because like in Canada, I was gated when I started just like a brand new seller, so I couldn't sell it in toys, topical, personal care, and grocery. So I really did the ungating process that I teach in my ungating guides. I went ahead, I placed an order specific for those countries, and I got ungated in the categories. Yay! So now I can sell in those toy categories. I literally just did it in January. It's super fast. And if you've already been ungated in the US, you already know how the process is, so it's really fast. And if you need help ungating in the US, the good news is that my guides can help you, one, but also you can take that same invoice and use it for ungating in Canada. So if you get it ungated in toys in the US, you can turn right around, then you take that same invoice, go over to your Seller Central, switch to Canada, go like you're gonna list a product the same you would in the US, and now you get approval in Canada. So it's really awesome, and I highly encourage you to make the most of that invoice. So you get your invoice and it's good for 180 days, which is why I didn't have one that would work, and I had to go through the process just like a newbie all over again. But it worked really fast. So it was fun, because when I originally got ungated, like 3 years ago now, that photo taking part of it wasn't actually something that was a part of the requirements, but now I got to experience it just like all of you, if you're getting ungated right now, have probably experienced where you have to take the photos and make sure they're what Amazon wants and all that. But it was really quickly, I got approved on all of them in the first attempt. So just know that once you do get it going, and I will walk you through where to set it up, but once you get it going, some of the categories won't all be available. Like, it won't go across the board. Some of your listings won't be able to sell in those categories until you get ungated. So like always, I have guides if you want help ungating in Canada and in the US. So if you are Canada-based, Amazon.ca, I have a guide specific for that. If you're US-based, Amazon.com, I have guides specific for that. So they both cover the same categories, but it's just your country. So pick the one that you want for you. And if you are a US customer, you don't have to go get the Canada guide. The US guide still works for you. One other thing to note about selling in the other countries is, for example, Canada, I can't sell topical. I could sell topical, like I'm ungated, but I can't actually sell it because they have different requirements and natural product codes and all that kind of stuff that we as a US packaging do not have on our packaging. So it wouldn't be wise to sell it in Canada, because it's actually breaking their laws and rules about packaging and all that. So just something to note, it's not across the board. So like toys are toys, right? But things like health and personal care, those you might want to double check. The other thing is that remote fulfillment fees are a little bit higher than the FBA fees you would normally see, because Amazon's sending it across borders. But the good news is that you don't actually have to pay any duties or anything like that. The customer who buys it is responsible for that. And Amazon does all the pricing exchange, so really you don't have to think about it, but I will show you that in a second. So let's jump in and I'll show you how to set up your Amazon account to do remote fulfillment FBA. So I have the link to Remote Fulfillment FBA in my description, but if you don't happen to be by it or you're watching this video and you want to do it at the same time, I don't know, whatever. Just search in Seller Central Remote Fulfillment and this will pop right up and you go ahead and you go through the process. Okay, so I have signed up for the automatic enrollment. Any inventory I add in the future, it's automatically going to go, so I don't do it one-off, so that's the way I'm showing you is just how it looks automatically. So the first thing you do is step number 1. So you'll choose the marketplace. Obviously, I'm already in Amazon.com, and then I signed up for the Americas, which is Amazon.ca and Amazon.com.mx, and then you just go ahead and hit save and continue. And honestly, this was a really quick process, so then you go, the next one is which offers do you want to replicate, and I want to replicate all offers, so save and continue. So here's the part where Amazon does the pricing for you. Now, I just went ahead and said, sure, I'm going to match what is already going on, so I've got the currency exchange rate, which is Amazon is doing for me. It's got, I'm listing it the same, FBA and seller fulfilled. I'm going to get into seller fulfilled in a second, so stay tuned on that. But so I just went ahead and went through it, and what I learned afterwards is that the way Amazon does it is not necessarily the best. So it's taking my US buy box price and it's converting it and saying that's what it's going to be in Canada. But what you really should do is go to your account once this is all done and manage inventory in each country, because you want to make sure you're pricing it right, because you might be pricing low in Canada. Things might be for more, or even in Mexico, whichever one you're in, they might be priced higher. So definitely you want to go back in after you do all this. And I don't do it every day, I do it every couple of days probably, because it's not a lot of numbers, but it's definitely something to consider when you're repricing and pricing your items, to go through, just select which ones and make sure you're pricing it so that you're not undercutting yourself, if that makes sense. So anyways, I just went ahead and did save and continue from here, and then we go on to step number 4 where it's creating them. So it's just telling me that it's processing it. So now you've got to this one, reviewing all your settings, sure, looks great, manage connections. And from here, it took a little while to get all of my listings, because at the time I had a lot of listings. I've went through and deleted some older ones, but anyways, I had a lot of listings, so it took a while. And then it started listing everything, and I was listing FBM items at this point. So if you're listing FBM, here's the tip. If you don't want to send stuff to Canada or Mexico, be sure to turn those countries on vacation mode. You just go to settings and account info, and right there on the left, it's going to say the 3 different countries now. Make sure you turn vacation mode on for the countries you don't want to ship to. I didn't know that, and so I was just going through and I was like, why is this FBM? I'm not going to try and figure out how much it's going to send to Canada. Like, no way. I'm just trying to ship this thing to US, and that's enough, right? So anyways, I went through and I deleted all my FBM listings, because I was deleting them on Manage Inventory in Canada, but it deleted them in the US. So then I had to go back and add them again. And it was just a disaster, to where I finally figured out you got to turn the vacation mode on. So learn from me, turn your vacation mode on if you don't want to send to those countries. I don't send to them, so I'm sorry I don't have more information on how would be a good way, but I'm sure there's some videos out there on YouTube. Alright, so then I thought I would just show you how it's going for me. So like I said, I did it late 2020, and then I pulled the numbers just for 2021. It's not a lot of money, but it's some money, and it's kind of fun. I'm actually doing better in Mexico than I am in Canada, and I think it's because toys weren't gated in Mexico, so I could sell all of my toys a lot faster. So anyways, here's my Canada numbers, $200 in sales. These are US numbers. $55 profit. I sold 3 items there. This was a hot seller. It's at Grocery Outlet if you can still find it. FYI, BOLO. So I made $39 profit on 135 sales. And then this one was something from the BOLO group, so I didn't want to show you, which is why it's broke out. And then these are these cups I got from Walmart. That honestly I thought were going to be a disaster because the price started going down, but hey, I made some money in Canada. All these screen grabs I'm showing right now are from Sellerboard, because that is what I use for all my profit tracking and inventory tracking. So if you want 2 free months, the link is below. You can sign up, no credit card required, just give it a shot and see if you like it. So it's more affordable than Inventory Labs if you are using it for profit. If you use Inventory Labs for shipments and all of that, then Inventory Labs is probably better. But I didn't use Inventory Labs for the shipment creation. I just create my shipments in Seller Central. So for me, Sellerboard is much more affordable. This is my Mexico numbers from, again, January to March 1st. And so you can see here I've got toys, again, another BOLO item, but I've done $325 and $150 profit in Mexico. Here's a few more of the toys that I've been selling. If you care, that's how I'm doing in those remote fulfillment countries. Again, I don't do anything different with my inventory. I pack it up, I ship it. I'm only buying it if it makes a profit in the US. I haven't gone down that road to see if I should buy it because it makes a profit in another country. Something to consider if you want. But yeah, at the top of your Seller Central, where it says your store name, at the very top, like we're talking where the search bar is and the settings and help and all that, that is where you can click and select which screen you want to see. So it'll show you actually all the different countries you're in. So if you click it for Canada, it'll show you your Canada numbers, your Canada inventory. That's where you would see what's available to sell, what's restricted. You go to inactive and that will show you what is inactive in Canada, and it's probably going to say because it's restricted and you need approval. If you need approval, you can get an invoice and get Ungated. And then also in your app for Seller Central, you can go ahead and right where the flag is, you will click those 3 bars right there, and you can drop down and it'll show you the different countries. You just select which one. So you literally click on the flag there, the 3 bars next to it. Now we've got the flag and your store name at the top. Click your store name, it'll drop down and you choose which country you want to look at. Hope this video was helpful as always. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you need any help or have any questions, let me know. Have a great week and happy sourcing.